Howdy folks, it's the Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7, the Forza Drivers' Cup Masters Championship. 2 races into it, we're going to do all of them even though we're almost halfway through in the points. That's pretty crazy. So let's see what is next. What do we feel like doing today? Oh, those are the crazy fast cars, or we can do these cars. Might as well just keep going down the list and doing the crazy fast cars. Alright, Mr. Narrator, what do you have to say about this one?
This will be a spec race, featuring tech under the hood that's less pricey than what's found in the P1 Cup. Now, consider this the rowdy little sibling of the P1. It's more accessible to teams and drivers due to a low barrier to entry.
Do you want to do this one, or do you want to do this one, the Mazda? I've always owned GM cars in real life. Well, that's a Corvette, isn't it? But I'm starting to become a Mazda fan because they're so underrated. Their quality is spectacular, but nobody really talks about them much. So let's go with the Mazda. Plus, I'm not a Corvette fan. Here we go. Alright, so set up. Average difficulty, right? Average and assists. Let's see. I assume these cars would have some degree of ABS in real life. Let's start with it. Let's start with this for now. We might change it. Let's use the paddle shifter for now. Rewind is always off. Friction assist is always off. Okay, so there we are. Where's it taking us? Circuit de Catalunya. Okay, we are going to do a little bit of test driving. It's not really going to get us to know the track all that well, but it will get us to know the car, because I'd have to learn the track over time. So I'm not going to spend that much time learning the track. I just want to learn the car, like how fast does it stop? Okay, that takes a while to stop. And things like that. So we'll do a little bit of test driving. Oh man, this is hard to see because of the big wheel wells here. Alrighty, I can see how having traction control and stability control is making this car really slow. But it's also keeping us on the track. Alrighty, let's test braking one more time here. Braking isn't too bad, and you can turn while you brake because of all those features turned on. So I don't know if they really would have all those features in real life, but we're going to use them. So I'm going to test drive a little bit more, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, as you wrap up my test driving here, I also wanted to tell you that I was going to, and I did, turn off a lot of the information on the screen just to clean it up a little bit. So now for our gear and our speed and our shifting, we have to look at the steering wheel or gauges on the actual car. I thought that'd be a lot more fun than having the stuff in the lower right corner. And then the top right will have our lap, and then whenever there's like a lap time or split time, it'll show up for a couple seconds and then goes away, which is fine with me. And then I don't know if there'll be a position thing in the left once we're actually racing that comes and goes. I'm not sure. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to have it cleaned up. So I admit this car's kind of boring with all the assists turned on. I never thought I'd say that. But we're going to give it a shot. So let's go and race. Here we go. Okay. Rolling start. Mazda Skyactiv technology. Alright. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh, it always takes a while for that steering wheel to kick in. So we'll see how this goes. If this gets too boring with all the assists, we'll turn them off. But I figure with all the traffic and everything to wade through, I don't think we're going to get that bored. We just got to find our way through traffic here, because they all brake so late, or yeah, so soon. And they exit corners so slowly. But, it's kind of hard to get around people sometimes. Whoops, don't touch that grass. I was looking over at the map, and it made me go over to the grass. Alright, so far so good. See on the top left, it'll tell our position. Looks like it's going to stay there. Does it go away after a couple seconds? There, it goes away. Okay, I like that. As does information on the right. So that's the conditional setting in the HUD. Heads-up display options. There we go. Yeah, I like the cleaner screen. I like looking at the gauges in car to see what gear we're on and when to shift. I like that a lot. A lot more than that thing to the right. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to be quiet and race and see if we can Get to the in front of the pack here. Alright, not too bad. Second lap here, like I said, the car is pretty boring with all the assists, but we'll just get through it. Not my favorite genre. And I don't remember this track at all. I know there's a bunch of tracks. There are only so many locations, but then each location has so many circuits as well, so I don't know the total number of tracks. I guess you can Google it if you want to, but I'm still running into all these tracks I've never seen, even after 100-some races or so. So that's what I'm struggling with now, is not knowing the track. So I'm just kind of following people. The hard part is you don't really know how sharp the corners are, so I have a tendency, at least in this car, to slow down too much, I think, for a lot of these corners. Yeah, see, I didn't have to slow down at all for that corner. So let's just come out of there. There we go. Alright, almost into the second lap. Let's see if we can catch this first place person and take over first place for ourselves. And he won't let me get around him. His exit was so slow and I couldn't get around him because of it. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can stay in first place and win a race. Alright, it'd be a bummer to lose it now. We've been ahead for so long. But that was a sloppy corner and it really screwed me up because my lead is not that great. But we should be able to pull through here. I know there's no rearview mirror in this car, which is kind of making it difficult. But there we go. First time in this car. Not too shabby. The spa in the rain. Oh boy, here we go. So if you've heard me say, look how there's rain on the lens on the camera. As you've heard me say many times before, friction assist is turned off, which means the rain is like glare ice It's like being on ice. And you hydroplane too. Whenever you see a puddle of water, if you hit it... Oh boy. Nope, we're not going to start like this, are we? What? What the... No, I'm not pitting. Oh, what? What happened? They like bumped me into the pits. Okay, now we're way in the back of the pack. Anyway, what I was trying to say is being in the rain is like glare ice. And then if you hit a puddle, which you can see on the ground, you will actually... hydroplane and slide around. And oh my gosh, this is so hard. That corner was so much harder than it looked with all the rain. Well, they already knocked us into the back of the pack, which is not a fun way to start, but we'll still do our best. We won't keep our heads down here. We'll keep our heads high, and we'll get... Look at this. It's just a... What is going on? Come on. We can get around all these people somewhere. I just got to find the right spot here. Alright, let's just start overtaking. I'm trying to not race dirty, even though it's just AI. I'm trying to not run them off the road and use them as a guardrail for my corners and such. And that's mainly because eventually I do want to try some multiplayer racing. And if you do that in multiplayer, you get kicked out pretty much if you accumulate too many strikes and that type of thing. So I'm trying to be clean as I can, even though it's AI. Oh boy. Plus it's just more realistic that way too. This isn't Need for Speed, so running people off the road isn't really how you're supposed to do it, even though you can. We're just going to keep going here, and we have three laps left. It's a long race, and we have plenty of time to overtake these people, I think. And we'll see how this goes. I do know this track, so I shouldn't be so surprised. When like that last corner, I slowed down way more than I needed to. And I should know that by now. I've done this race or this track many, many, many times. Come on, let me quit pushing me around. Whoever's doing that, who's pushing me around here? Jeez Louise. Alrighty, one crazy lap down. 3 more to go. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I saw him there. Oh, come on. I saw him there, so I was trying to avoid him. And because I was so wide trying to avoid him, I ended up hitting the grass, which started my spin out because of the friction thing. And then the guy behind me finished me off, so it's still really slippery. I was going really well, though, for a long time, but I just didn't want to get hit, and it should have just taken the hit, I think. Oh well, we have a long way to catch up, but hopefully we can keep this position. There's that hydroplane, see what I'm talking about? Each track has at least one hydroplane spot, and we found it. But that's what I'm talking about, you gotta be really careful. Of course, if your friction assist is on, then none of this applies, right? The rain doesn't matter, none of this matters, but when you're running raw like this, it is nuts. It's really fun though, makes it a lot more fun. And that hydroplane spot, but we weren't going fast enough, so thank goodness it didn't take us out. So we're just about done. So considering they knocked us into the pits in the beginning, and the fact that I'm racing in the rain and it's extremely slippery, if I can finish in 5th place, that isn't too bad. In fact, I'm quite pleased with it here. We just have to finish. Hopefully it goes okay, because my child is coming down. I hear him on the stairs. Hopefully I don't get distracted. Just one more corner. There we go. We gonna make it? Yeah, we got it. Alright, 5th place. I'll definitely take it. Alright, how far down do we drop? Only down to 3rd. Alright, here we go. Next race. Road Atlanta. If I concentrate, we should be good. Just like every race. Alright, I got my child and his buddy a snack, so they should be good for a while, and then hopefully they'll go outside once the rain stops. IRL. But they don't want me to hang out with them because I'm not cool enough, because I'm a boomer apparently. So I'm just gonna hang out and keep racing for you all. Because you know how kids are. Anybody over 30 is a boomer. They don't understand that it's our parents who are boomers. But anyway, children, I tell you, especially the tweens and preteens these days. Alright, sorry about that weird cut, but my wife had called and I had to make sure to block the ringtone because it would have been a copyright strike because of the band. And now I got to get back into the groove here. Where were we? What are we doing? We're racing a car at like 120 miles an hour. And I think I know what's going on. Whoops. Come on. Well, how come I forgot about that corner? Oh no. Wow, it's really hard to get back into a race when you've been talking on the phone for 10 minutes. So I'm going to concentrate and see if we can get back up front, because we're down to 13th place. How did that happen? I can't believe it's taken all this work just to move up one position here. But apparently this track is a lot faster than I am. And I'm going to try not to use my wife's phone call as an excuse for not getting back into the groove, but it kind of threw me off. But no more excuses. Let's stay out of the grass and let's try to get a top 10 finish, although we have a long way to get to 10. I don't think we're going to get top 10. I think we're going to stay here in P12, maybe P11 by the end of the race. Let's just race and see what we can do. I think in this race in particular, I'm slowing down way more than I need to for every corner. I keep thinking the corners are sharper than they are. Are we really gonna pull off a top 10 finish here? What? Well, I guess if we handle the chicane nicely and not get bonked around too much, we could pull off a top 10. Let's stay on the inside here. Oh, yeah, let's not. No, that's not what I needed. No. Oh, we would have had 6, but whatever. Alright, somehow we pulled out a top 10 finish, but knowing that top 6 was in our sights and they knocked me out of the way really frustrates me. But that's okay. That is the end of this episode. We have 3 races down. We will continue the next 3 races in the next episode. See you then.